How are you today? It's your old boy Double D. I think you're really, really, really going to like what I have to say. If you are a DM and you don't stay to the end of this video, you are really cheating yourself. But before I get there, I just wanted to ask if you would do me a huge, huge favor. Go ahead, hit like on this video, and if you get to the end of it, you like what I'm doing here, go ahead and subscribe. Hit that alarm bell for notifications. That way you'll know when I drop new content. I thank you. All right, getting into today's topic. What if I told you there was a very, very simple thing you could do to keep your players engaged and happy? This is a system I have used for well over 20 years now. I actually wrote a little article on it in one of the publications way, way back in the day. Yes, so I've been using this, and my players have grown accustomed to it, and they really like it. So, what is this thing I do? A little hint here. Your boy Double D rewards every one of his players for every single successful skill roll that they make. All right, well, what does that mean? You reward them. So we have a system. It's called the chip system. And I actually don't administer this myself. I have a trusted player do it. You know, as a DM, you're busy. So you may want to delegate this to one of your players. It just has a bowl of little tiny bingo chips, and then kind of like bigger poker chips. And we'll call the bigger ones bennies. A player makes a successful skill roll. All right, who made it? I made it, I made it, I missed, I made it. Every one of those players who made it gets a little bingo chip. And they just kind of put it with their dice. Or, you know, you can set it aside. But every successful skill roll. Now, we don't do it with attack rolls because, you know, that might be a little much. But this will encourage players to use their skills to make rolls, to engage in the game that you're running. So every fifth chips can be turned in for a poker chip. We'll call that a Benny. All right. You now can spend that as currency in the game. The way we do it in 5th edition is every Benny you have is a +1 to a roll. And you can use as many as you want. You can loan them to other players. You can keep the system as simple as you want. You can make it more complex. What if you had a certain threshold? All right, well, if you save up, let's say, 8 bennies, now you can do a full-on reroll of any roll you want, any single roll. What if they save up 10, and they can start to do weird things like, all right, you can now make the DM who just rolled a 20 on you. Everybody's spending every last bit of their bennies that they have, and they want you to re-roll that. All right, you know, if everybody's down with it, if you're down with it as a DM, why not? Whatever floats their boat. We also, at the end of the night, we pass around little voting slips, and everybody votes for the player of the game. That player of the game gets a Benny. You know, without having to make 5 successful skill rolls, they get just a Benny. And it's a nice reward for a good night's role-playing. You know, and this is from your peers. You know, maybe the DM can break ties. You know, maybe if the DM's feeling especially kind, you know, and they maybe saw something the players didn't, they could reward 2 that night. 1 for the player vote and, you know, maybe a special DM's reward. These things, you would be shocked at how much these little things will keep your players engaged in your game. Try it out and see if it works. I really can't see a group, you know, saying that they don't want to be rewarded for a successful skill roll. It makes every skill roll matter, even if it's in a slight way. You know, now our players, we're a little cutthroat at our table. You know, it's only because we've had the same group for it's over 20 years. It's a long time, so we like to keep people honest. So if you roll a 1 on a skill roll, you gotta give a chip back. You know, like I said, if you roll a 20, you get an extra one. But if you roll a 1, you got to give one of those little bingo chips back. But like I said, the possibilities are endless. I would encourage you not to make it too complex at first. Maybe just keep it with the +1 to any roll, and then go out from there. Where if they can kind of save them up, and they need that crucial reroll with the big boss fight at the end, they can do it. Who knows? Maybe you could do things I haven't even thought of, like, all right, I'm going to spend, X number of bennies, like 5 bennies on this damage roll. I'm rolling, 4 die 6, and I want these dice to explode, before I roll them. You can't do it after, but you're taking a chance, and, all of a sudden, what if you, you roll a couple of 6s in there and those things explode and explode again? That could be huge. And you just watch your player's reaction when stuff like that happens. They're really going to dig it. So no charge for this little system that I almost will guarantee is going to make your game better. But like I said at the beginning, if you could do your boy a little favor and go ahead and subscribe, we're just getting going here. And the momentum is starting. So we'll leave it at that. I thank you very much for watching, and I will see you on the flip side. Goodbye.